Obviously, different voters want different things when it comes to policies, but some of the things that I see, especially in regard to wanting progressive politicians, is people talk about like recentering, maybe a call for Medicare for all or something like that. People talking about wanting to resume a conversation about abolishing ICE or changing the military relationship between the United States and Israel, like a ban on corporate donations to candidates, a ban on individual stock ownership. Where do you stand on some of these sort of big ticket, discussed progressive policy positions?
Yeah, I mean, as we said, we have 99% small dollar donors. These are people whose stories I know. They drive DoorDash after work to make 20 bucks to pitch into this campaign. They're people who are barely making rent, who cash in their coin jar to be in this fight with us. And so we are committed to not taking corporate PAC money and to not holding individual stocks in office. And we would vote in favor of banning that, because this is a public service that we do, right? The job is representative, and nobody should be enriching themselves off of the position. And now, working backwards on some of those issues, Congressional District 7 represents parts of Tucson, which is where I was born and raised, Phoenix, and hundreds of miles of the US-Mexico border. This district is at the heart of our immigration conversation. And we've done the hard work to go city by city, right? We have gone on tour for 5 days on the road to places like Nogales, San Luis, Douglas, border cities, where we have sat with individuals and asked them, how do you feel about border policies? How do you feel about the way Donald Trump talks about our homelands, right? And our neighbors? And people often tell me that the thing that makes them feel less safe is ICE agents being able to enter places like schools, places of worship, or medical centers, right? That they are intimidating our communities here. And so we need to put our foot down and say that ICE cannot be in our sensitive spaces. And I think that is the kind of policy that centers safety, whereas Donald Trump is more interested in spectacle, right? He just, in this budget bill, won something like $50 billion for border militarization, which will directly impact the people who live in my district along the border. And when it comes to the issue of foreign policy, we need to be really clear that what we have been doing is not working. We cannot continue blank check policies where we send weapons that disproportionately hurt women and children abroad, when women and children right here at home do not have food, insurance, housing, which takes us back to the domestic policy. I believe healthcare and housing are human rights, and that it is a moral failing that in this country, one of the richest countries in the world, there are people that go without.
So for instance, I apologize. You might have also been talking a little bit about Ukraine, but so for instance, a lot of people are criticizing the use of the funding and the bombs that go to Israel that have been used to devastate the population of Gaza. And now there's this very clear plan that's being articulated both on the Israeli side as well as from Donald Trump to effectively ethnically cleanse Gaza. In that case, do you think that it's time for us to have a conversation about ending that military support?
Yeah, absolutely. We need to be able to use every tool necessary to negotiate peace, and that can include an arms embargo, and it should. The policies we have seen coming out of this administration are cruel beyond belief, and it is up to us to stand up to authoritarians here at home and abroad.
Okay, just a really fast return to domestic politics. So in terms of, let's say we're lucky enough, House goes back Democrat, 2026. Nation returns to its sense in 2028. We elect a Democrat. And like I can imagine, like, I don't know, an AOC or whatever becomes president. She advances a platform of like Medicare for all, Green New Deal. How do you feel about those policies? Are you going to be supportive of those?
Yeah, I mean, it won't be luck that gets us there, that's for sure. It will be investing in races like this. This 2025 special election is the first referendum on if we learned our lessons in 2024. Will we do things differently now. And I'm telling you, all across the country, there are implications of this race. This is a case study, and I promise you will like your options better in the 2026 midterms. People will turn out and be more excited if we can prove right now that young, progressive disruptors are winners. It will change the kind of candidate that is recruited, funded, and endorsed all across the country in the 2026 midterms, and who we will see at the top of the ticket in 2028. And to answer your question, I would absolutely be aligned with those progressive policy pieces. And I believe that there will be something after Donald Trump, and we need to make sure we are putting the right folks in the room to build it back in a way that prioritizes working families like the one that raised me.
Okay, well, I don't doubt there will be something after Trump, and I'm sure it'll be terrible. But hopefully we'll have good people to counter it when that comes. Well, thank you for giving us your time. I know you only have a week until the primary, so time is precious. In advance of that primary coming up on the 15th, where can people find out more information about your candidacy?
Yeah, if you're interested in joining us, you can go to dejafoxx.com. You can read more about our stories, see where we fall in the policies you care most about. There's even a bottom box that gives you the opportunity to input the policies you care about. If there's something that's missing, if there's something you want to see reflected, you can sign up to volunteer here on the ground or virtually. And if you want to pitch in and get in our corner, it makes the difference. Like I said, our average contribution is less than $28. This is a people powered movement. And if you have $30 to spare, you could be one of our big dollar donors.
Okay, well, thank you so much, and best of luck to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.